Who is the bride of the Lamb? This is part 2. Let's turn to Isaiah 54 verse 1. Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear, break forth into singing, and cry aloud, thou that didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith the Yahweh. 2 women are brought of you. One is barren, and one is not. The barren is promised to have many more children than the one that has the husband. To learn who these 2 women are, we have to turn to the first chapter of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 22 to 24. For it's written that Abraham had 2 sons, the one by a bondmaid, the other by a free woman. But he who was born of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he of the free woman was by promise. Which things are an allegory? For these are the 2 covenants. The one from Mount Sinai, which gathereth to bondage, which is Agar. So the Apostle Paul reminds us here that Abraham had 2 wives and 2 sons. Inspiration makes it clear that Ishmael and Isaac represent the Old and the New Testament. For it says in verse 24, which things are an allegory? For these are the 2 covenants. An allegory means a story. And we know a woman represents a church. Therefore, Agar symbolizes the earthly Jerusalem, the Old Testament church. So which imply Ishmael and Agar represent the Old Testament. Let us read Galatians 4:25. For this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answereth to Jerusalem, which now is, and is in bondage with her children. So the earthly Jerusalem, the church of the Old Testament, was represented by Agar. And Sarah symbolizes heavenly Jerusalem, which is the church in the New Testament period. Let us read Galatians 4, verse 26 and 27. But Jerusalem which is above is free, which is the mother of us all. For it's written, rejoice, thou barren that bearest not, break forth and cry, thou that travailest not, for the desolate has many more children than she which has an husband. The barren woman was Sarah. But remember, these 2 women each gave birth to 1 son, which imply these 2 sons, Ishmael and Isaac, are just representations, symbolizing church membership. Ishmael represented the membership of the Old Testament church, for they were indeed born of the flesh. They were the fleshly Jews. And Isaac represented those who are to be converted to our Savior Yeshua by the Spirit of truth. That is the membership of the New Testament church. So at this point we can analyze. Isaac is the bride of the Lamb. For it's written, Galatians 4:28. Now we, brethren, as Isaac was, are the children of promise. Paul is not included among those born by promise, simply because he was born of flesh. He was a fleshly Jew. Remember, Paul wrote that they understood in part. Therefore, we who live today, in the time of the end, who are to be converted to the Savior by the Spirit of truth, are the children of the heavenly Jerusalem, and thus we are the bride of the Lamb. If you have any question for clarification, feel free to ask. May you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe and comment. I wait for the groom. Make sure to check on my next video. Thank you for watching as always.